Alright, so this is Flight Simulator 2020. We're going to go for a little run down in New South Wales. We're going to find Gosford. All these little dots here are some of the airports, although often more will appear the closer you get. This is another player flying around, like he's in the same area. And we're going to use the Summersby airstrip because that's the closest one I can find. Set that as our departure point. Now I did attempt to find where you live at. Talk to my dad here, in case anybody else is watching. Did have a quick look around. I was in an aircraft that was far too fast. Probably this thing, I think. Yeah. And when I tried to land on the runway at the end of it, it was just too short. So we're gonna choose something a little bit slower, so we can look around. And something that has a chance of landing on the runway as well. Yeah, we might go this little fella here. I don't think I've flown this one before. Okay, so we've got the aircraft selected. We have got our airstrip selected. We want the other runway, which means the other end of the runway, just so we're pointing in the right direction as we take off. Now when I did this before, I did get a little bit lost along the way. I started heading in the right direction in the end, but I had a sneaky look at Google Maps on my other monitor while I was hunting around, and although I did go a little bit astray, I was heading in the right direction. Okay, so it has changed us to the middle of the night, and we don't want that. What we want is not the middle of the night. Ready to fly. So what we can do in this is we can just go over to the weather, and let's just select somewhere about midday, eh? Maybe about 2 in the afternoon. Let's go just before sunset. We'll see what happens. Might get a bit of that sunset happening. Might look a bit cool. This is Lumen radio to tell the runway what I'm going to do. Tell it anything really. Whoop. Depart to the east. We'll get rid of that. We won't pay any attention to that anymore.
Mike Bravo traffic, Extra Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra, taking off runway 35 east, departure.
We'll take off in the outside view, just for something to look at. Throttle up. Brakes off. Oh, a bit wonky. Oh, this one's very manoeuvrable, very touchy. I haven't driven too many like this. I've been driving kind of like the passenger planes. There we go. I even forgot to put the the flaps on as we took off. So you can see up ahead in the distance here we do have some bodies of water, more bodies of water down to the south there. These little tags are other people that are flying around in the world at the moment. Looks like they're all hanging around Sydney. And we've got some nice cloud going on here. So this is pretty much the route I took the first time. I know I'm kind of heading in the wrong direction, but as you know, this is heading up towards Tukley and the entrance. Maybe Tukley. Definitely the entrance, because we're going to fly right over the entrance. And then we'll swing it back around. See what we can see. I did notice a landmark when I came past the first time. That looked like someplace we had been. So we'll fly past there and maybe you can tell me what it is later on. I'm going a bit too fast here. This thing just wants to lift up to cut that speed a bit. There's a bit of a nest of bees this plane, isn't it? Oh, okay. There you go, if you like that. Let's have a look inside here. Have a look inside the cockpit. All of these buttons in here, you can press them and they'll do stuff if you game enough. We can have a bit look closer here, see what we've got. Yep, all kinds of things. Turn on landing lights, turn on strobe lights, turn on nav lights. We might stick those on, that's probably the right thing to do. Yeah, we'll leave the fuel switch alone. I'm not sure what that's going to do. That's kind of marking other airports in the area. Maybe this is the airport you were talking about. I just took a guess the first time. None of the airports are ever called the town they're in. They're always called something else. Which is a little bit annoying, I think, but I guess it's something to get used to. What we have here is yeah, a little thing to tell us where to go. This might be some kind of radar as well that will tell me hills and things, but I'm not sure. They've got it in some planes. I'm not sure how to tell the difference. Little GPS kind of map over there, which is nice. So we're going to swing around here ever so slowly. Look at this, we've even got whatever that is. Better not pull that, I reckon. Yep, nah, we'll leave that one alone. I think one of the aircrafts has even got a little like stars starting to appear up there. That's what it looks like. Might be hard to see. I'm not sure how this will turn out. Once it's been stuck through the video editor and compressed by YouTube, we might not be able to see those stars up there, but they're just barely there. Like I was saying, one of the aircrafts has got a little big red lever overhead, which I believe activates a parachute in case of emergency. I imagine if you press that in the game, it wouldn't actually show you what happens. You'd probably just got a black screen and say, oh, you've deployed your parachute, game over for now. But kind of cool. I'm going to give it a try. We're going to see what happens. Might be a bit dark. I'm just going to fiddle with that weather once again over here. Let's just pretend we're about 1:30, eh? $1:30 on an overcast kind of day. Oops, something's gone awry. Don't know what happened there. This game is still in its first week of release, so sometimes they can be a bit temperamental, but they'll fix things up. Let's get this back over here. Get that external. And they've done a pretty good job. Like, it's pretty awesome. You can just fly anywhere, and it maps it all off the satellites, creates the buildings and so on. But it's not all quite right yet. Some of the bridges are filled in underneath. This one's okay. This is the bridge near the entrance, as you can see. Very flat looking images down there, but lots of nice ones as well. There we go. We'll have a quick look at that one down there. Flying low over the city. Couple of cars out there. I can add more cars if I want. I can turn them up, but trying not to stress the computer out too much. This is a very intense game on the hardware. At the moment I've got it running lower than I usually would because I'm recording it as well, and that takes up a bit of power as well. So everything's running nice and cool. Hey sweet, Adele just got home. Some green park there, not sure what that is, you probably know what it is. Appears to be a golf course. When I first came looking for Gosford, came around this way, and I was thinking it's probably near one of these hills over here, because I remember that hill that you took me up there. I was originally going to head for that one, but I wanted to head down the coast first because I knew it was also by the water. And this here, as we come up here, I'm not sure exactly where this is or what it is called, but this looks like where we went somewhere near that Christmas when we came down and we took the kites out for their first fly along the beach. But I could be completely wrong about that. It could be somewhere else entirely. This does tend to have a little too many trees in, so if there was lighthouses and things like that, they tend to get covered up a little bit. And sometimes, you know, there might be a lighthouse somewhere and it'll just put a normal building in instead. But I could be wrong about where we are here. Doesn't look quite so much like it this time, but it may well be. I do remember there being a big open grassy area just as you came up to it. Oh well, still looks pretty nice. We have some nameless lake. I'm sure it's not nameless, but there it is. You probably know what it's called. You probably know what town we're flying over. I've kind of got no idea. Somewhere on the central coast. Ah, wait. I think this up here is the bit I was talking about just before. Looked like a place we'd visited. Just up ahead. I jumped the gun on that one. Definitely looks a little bit more like it now. You can see it's a little bit more open there as well. We've got something going on down here. Not sure what that is. Not sure at all. It does a pretty good job though. A lot of the time it even gets the colour of the buildings correct. And the shapes of them too, but sometimes it just takes a good old guess and you end up with something that is not quite. This is more like it. Yeah, this is the place that looks like where we took the kites that Christmas Day. Matt and Moya and myself. The day I woke up in the morning and discovered somebody had reversed into the was it the driver's side door on the car, and I couldn't actually open it just before I was supposed to pick everyone up and drive up to Gosford for Christmas. And going a bit too fast. If I just climb up a bit here. Get rid of this thing. Now I'm not sure what this line is up here. I think that's kind of I don't know, it looks too long to be a bridge. It could be some kind of problem they've got in drawing the map where things just don't quite fit together. I could be wrong there though, but certainly don't remember anything like that. We can go down and have a closer look. Like I said, they did a pretty good job, but doesn't get everything quite right. Sometimes it gets it way off. But it's a pretty awesome experience either way. One of the things you notice as you fly around is a lot of the bridges are just flat pitches on the water. But another one of those up here, that's probably a bridge, almost certainly. I guess we can fly down here and we can actually see if there's anything that looks like a road connecting it. That looks like one hell of a long bridge. I don't think anyone's going to build that. I think this is some kind of join where different areas of water come together. I imagine if we got right down close to that, it would actually be raised up a little bit or something, so we'll leave that alone for now. Because it does actually emulate the weather as well on the water. So in certain areas you'll see big waves, like out in the open ocean or on the coast there, and in inland areas here you'd see much smaller waves. And it even, like if the wind's coming from a certain direction, it will, if it's coming from the south here, it will push all the waves up here, up against the rocks, and all this would be quite calm here. I think that's the computer's way of kind of separating different types of water, different bodies of water there. Yeah, I reckon that's what it is. Alright, so this is where I got to last time. And I started turning around here and heading up this direction. And I thought, oh, I'm going to be wandering around forever if I don't look at the map, but little did I know, I was actually heading up in the right way. kind of a long way round, but no worries. So up ahead we've got that bridge that comes into Gosford there. You probably know what all these places are called. I have got not much of an idea. Well, I didn't find where you were living last time, but I reckon we'll get fairly close this time, and the plane's a lot slower. It was cruising around at 300 odd knots last time. Made a much quicker journey, but I didn't have time to look at anything as we were whizzing by. Look at that, we can see way up the coast, way up here, mountains in the distance. Broken Bay, down that way. What do we got here? So what I think is the RS Hall Club, maybe here, just up ahead, or maybe here. Your place is a little bit away from that, isn't it? Somewhere here, I think. Vaguely recall coming near that river. I remember there being a lot of ovals around. I was trying to find the oval that was opposite your house. I thought would be the easy way to find it. But I might be too far over to the right. It actually might be over there somewhere. But he is a likely suspect. Could be, because, yeah, could be it there. And there's a green area. I remember there was a reserve where we went. I went walking through, and I think we went walking through there at least once as well. Now, I don't think it's got the style of your buildings quite right there, but I reckon that's them down there. Got that little reserve here, and this is Wells. It's a Wells Parade as it comes round here. Down to the roundabout somewhere, maybe near the shops. I don't know. I'm still a bit rough, but with the area, but I think maybe that's it. I certainly remember driving along here to get out once, and we found another little treasure in a park down here somewhere, maybe in this bit. Not sure. Hard to tell. Maybe here was the park. There's our airstrip back over there, so we did kind of go the long way around. I think that was your place. If not your place there, then I reckon we would have seen it from where we just were. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Summersby airstrip. Shouldn't take too long. And we're going to attempt to land something which I failed at miserably last time in the other aircraft. She just did not want to stop, she was a bit too big. Took off alright from there. We couldn't get it back down again, getting a bit too high on the speed. Little roads down here through the bushes, bunch of houses. What's an interesting thing just over here I noticed last time? This kind of open area just down here. Looks to be some kind of reservoir. Something like that. We'll just cruise over it nice and slowly. Have a quick look. Or look, yeah. We'll do a fly past the runway. Lead off a little bit of altitude. We'll talk to the airway. Select a runway for landing. Oh, I don't know which one's which. I think 17 was the way we took off. Announce full stop landing. Announce on final. Yep.
Yankee Sierra Mike Bravo traffic, extra Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is on final runway 17 to land.
Probably a bit too early for that business, but anyways. Oof. Got to bring this thing around. Oh dear, oh dear. Bit too, oof. Bit too rough on the controls there. Let's see if we can't line that up behind. And we want to get some flaps out as well. I don't know. I'm going to be able to do that effectively. I do have a button for it, but I've accidentally ruined the button. Now, this is not going to work too well if I'm not looking out ahead. We're just going to have to do it without the landing flaps. Oh, a bit of a rough one. Oh. Well, that was almost a disaster. Really got to fix that button for the flaps. We'll get off the runway here. Hit the brakes. Crikey, eh? Lucky to get out of that one alive. See if I can't stop this engine. There we are. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Little fly over the area. A little bit of sightseeing and almost an untimely end at the end of it. Alright, well that's it for now. I'll catch you later.